My own personal example. So I was at this company way back called the Warranty Group. I was there for 4 years. It was my first endeavor in the HR profession because I switched to HR midway through my career. And I'd been there for 4 years. I'd done every single role in the company because we were a couple hundred, 400-ish people, I think, when we started and grew over 4 years. So essentially, there was no other role for me to do in HR, right? I was the head of global people ops, but I had done all the other roles. We had an amazing chief people officer who was my mentor and someone I still look up to till today. And, I was in that space where after 4 years, I had to choose, do I just sit where I am, enjoy my role, but don't want to grow necessarily from a learning perspective? And I remember talking to my boss at the time, and I said, I was in Chicago this whole time, and I wanted to make it out to the Silicon Valley. I wanted to live the dream. And I looked for job opportunities, and I found a opening at Jones Long LaSalle JLL, which was a massive 50,000 person company. My team would be 64 people or 60-ish people. And it was one where he told me, if I want to break out into the Silicon Valley, I need to first break out of financial services, which is what I'd worked in for a decade. So go seek another industry and seek a broader, bigger role as a people leader, both for experience and credibility. And when I left, I actually, he helped me evaluate the offer, my new offer. And this is what I still do for people that I work with. I tell them at a point where you need to tell me if you want more, because it's all a balance, right? Sometimes, I look at it, it's literally, if you look at a weighing scale on personal and professional, the older I get or more hopefully wiser I get with age, I realize that it's all about balancing, right? There's seasons. There's a season where you just want, which has been most of my career, which is everything on the professional side, and it can come at a cost of personal. Now I'm starting to get more even. So my point here is that it's totally fine, if someone has a lot going on their personal side to ride it out for a few years on the professional side. That's okay. That's not wrong. But if you want something more, and an organization will always reach a point where it cannot give you everything you want, right? Because you've outgrown it. The career framework is there. So that was my personal story. And I broke out, went to JLL. And guess what? I left after 11 months at JLL, the shortest I've ever stayed at a company in my whole career, because Airbnb gave me the dream opportunity to relocate to San Francisco, be their first global people ops leader. And I stayed there for 5 years. So these steps along the way, like this one, where I was encouraged to leave, I would say, only because I was pushing, because I wanted to do so much more. And the organization could not give me. So it's always a two-way street. But that's something that still stays with me till today. And I'm thankful that, someone helped me look out for what I wanted versus what the company wanted. Because sometimes those are two different things.
It feels like breaking up with a company is always messy. And I wish employees would just I don't know, maybe assume positive intent. Assume I'm not trying to fire you all the time, that I'm genuinely curious. Are you happy here and fulfilled by your work? Because if you're not, maybe there could be something else better out there for you. We're just I feel like people think we're the enemy. They're like, oh, she's asking me if I'm fulfilled. I have to say yes, because I could lose my job. And I'm I just want you to be, I just want to know if you're happy. Honestly, do you like this work?
Yeah. And, I think it also is more tolerable if it's coming from a place of trust that's already been established. There's a reality in these situations, which is the power play reality, right? Which is, let's just say a founder or a senior executive asks someone, how are you doing? Are you fulfilled? If they give an answer, and I'm sure there are examples of this all over the place, where if you say you're not fulfilled, you're not really enjoying it, their egos get stroked, and they're like, this person's not along for the ride. They're not ride or die.
They're not on the bus.
Exactly. Yeah, the bus. I hate that.
Frank salute. I hate that so much.
Yeah, the bus or the boat. So, there's precedence, is what I'm saying, for people to feel like that. But you have to build that trust, and you have to genuinely care about what the individual wants, which may be in a lot of cases beyond what the company can offer. And sometimes that's hard to digest for folks, right? They think that even if you ask what you want and you tell them you're not fulfilled, they think they can just always make it work in the company, right? Offer you more money or give you a retention bonus, give you all those, I've done it, and I do, and I'm not anti giving any of those programs, but they are Band-Aid fixes. they're not long-term fixes, right? Like you offer someone more cash because they were going to leave. I can almost guarantee you in 6 months they're going to leave when they find something.
I
Right.
hate
So
retention
it's
bonuses.
egos.
I
Yeah,
have
that's
a
probably a separate
vendetta.
topic. Yeah, it's I've obviously implemented them a bunch of times because there are situations where you need them, but I would say they almost never work in the long run, right?
Yeah.
But you got to work through that. But so it comes down to, I think, egos, how people want to react when people are opening up to that, right? Because there are
Yeah.
plenty of people that ask for that vulnerability, but then don't want to give it back in return.
No, can't be empathetic and not be vulnerable, as we have
Yeah.
said earlier in the episode.